Shut up and sit down.
أهلا وسهلا فيكم بحلقة جديدة من باندوكاست. معكم الباندو شخصيا. As you can tell احنا اليوم مش بالاستوديو تبعي، احنا باستوديو بلو فايفر. ثانك يو على الاستضافة واهلا وسهلا فيك بباندوكاست. بالإضافة لبلو فايفر عندنا واحد من أكبر الأبكامينج أرتست بمصر، كريم الضبع. أهلا وسهلا فيك. أهلا وسهلا فيك بلبنان.
حبيبي.
How was Lebanon أول يوم؟
حلو قوي بصراحة. Been here for 2 days. Love it so far.
How's Blue? How are you getting fed well? كل شيء Lebanese.
fed.
لا Lebanese
لا
food.
عم من طعميك ما عم من طعميك أكل.
لا بنحكي عن Lebanese food.
I've had what shawarma so far. Shawarma and
I took him to Mano.
I've been to Mano.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're starting off well يعني.
جرب الأرمينيان shawarma specifically.
Exactly.
Yesterday I had manaish as well.
كمان
for dinner.
يعني التغيير شوي عن الفول والطعمية يعني makes sense.
بعد في كبة وهيك.
هول الاشياء بيجوا later on. قديه سائلي بس تكون انت بانترفيو او عم تحضر انترفيو شيء خاصه بالهيب هوب and then بيجي المقدم قال انه فن الهيب هوب الفن الذي بدأ بالشارع لجأ اليه الشباب للتعبير عن رأيهم ولإيصال رسالة and then you look انه بأمريكا انه هن عم بيوصلوا ببرايفت جيتس بعدهم عنا عم بيحكوا انه يوصل رسالة like people are actually living off of this وكذا بس بعدها مانا normalized عنا enough. يمكن بمصر it's a bit different بس how do you guys think of this؟ قد هي شغلة عن جد انه بتحسوها مزعجة او بتحسوها حلوة انه like we'd rather stay independent شوي عن انه نصير mainstream ولا how do you look at this thing as an artist؟
أظن everyone wants to make money. يعني
that's the thing.
To be very honest يعني if I want to make a sustainable living out of this I need to be making money.
Yeah.
فاللي هو the sooner I make it into the mainstream أو مش أنا personally بس the whole scene generally.
Yeah.
The sooner I can actually like live this life fully.
Well, this is what you have in mind and before.
Yeah, honestly. Like that's what I would want. Yani, I still have a message in my songs.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily the message of and I'm coming from nothing and all of that. But I definitely do have something to say. Yeah, it's not. I'm not just going up and rapping. I'm not writing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Blue, do you agree what you think?
إنه for each person it's different I guess. بس أنا بالنسبة لي الconcept تبع إنه شو هو الشيء اللي commercial it's very vague يعني إنه شو يعني commercial شو يعني you sold out إنه it can mean so many things. فإنه بالنسبة لي أنا إنه the reason I make music أو the reason I do what I do إنه whether it's visually or musically it's very attached to what I want to do. It's not like أنا بدي أعمل هيك لأنه هيدا الشيء بيبيع. لا يمكن إنه بعمل اللي أنا بدي أعمله بس إنه كمان بعرف بيعه يعني إنه هيدا كمان بيرجع لإلك تكون ذكي إنه بالآخر you can sell anything. إنه it's not about إنه I don't know I feel like you don't have to change
يعني
who you are
إنه مثل ما أنت بتشوفيها بس market it well at the same time فأنت بتكوني the best of both worlds يعني.
إنه marketing itself is an art right so إنه if you're able to make great art and market it great to big audiences and make a living from doing what you want to do and not always have to think about what do they want me to do or what do they think I should do. That's way more sustainable creatively like as an artist emotionally ما بتضاين إنه
صح.
ما بتضاين that's what I think.
كريم خبرنا شوي هيك briefly للناس اللي بلبنان اللي ما بتعرف أنت كيف بلشت أو how did you become an artist hip hop artist أو كيف بلشت بالهيب هوب قبل هيك briefly just a small introduction.
I never used to listen to hip hop honestly like growing up like just the basic stuff 50 Cent Eminem all that up until like 2015-2016 I started listening to hip hop almost religiously and 2017 I broke up with my girlfriend at the time. I was really bored so I started making beats.
Bored is bored the right?
I was bored.
You were bored.
I used to see her like every other day.
Okay.
فاللي
Your
I had
time
like a
opened up.
lot of time.
yeah.
So I had a lot of time to be making shitty beats for like a good 2 years.
ده الترانزيشن كيف اجت انه
I
why
think
بالاحرى
why because I think initially I wanted people to hear my beats for me to sing, but I was thinking, if I'm releasing instrumentals, no one's gonna be listening to instrumentals on their own.
صح.
And I didn't want to have to be running after rappers asking them if they like this beat and if they're gonna do it and all that. It seemed like too much of a hassle to me.
Yeah,
So I started writing them. And I wasn't any good, honestly.
as a production or نحكي as a
then I was starting to become a better producer, but like artist as in writing lyrics and all that. It was not all that.
Blue انت you've been here for a long time بالهيب هوب سين بس هلا ليتلي صرنا نشوف collaborations وهالاشياء انه هلا كريم هون بلبنان ما بعرف لين ما بعرف انا بس انه ما بعرف اذا لازم الناس تعرف كمان بس انه
لا ضروري الناس تعرف ليه ما لازم تعرف الناس
ليه اول شيء خلينا نحكي ليه انت هلا after all this time هلا عم بلشتي تعملي collaborations وبعدين بنحكي ليه كريم هون
اوكي yes we can do that صراحة it took me a long time to develop myself. يعني أنا دايما بحكي قد إيه development is underrated especially in the region لأنه ما عنا an industry that's aged at least for people or artists to understand the importance of development or structure. I don't think I was ready to do what I'm doing now. It took me a long time to kind of get comfortable, get confident إنه بالproductions أو بالwriting أو حتى إنه بالenvironment مع حدا تاني مش هين. أنا كتير كنت لأنه بعمل كتير أشياء لحالي it cocoons me in a way that إنه it becomes kind of my comfort zone. I had to experiment a lot in that comfort zone. And ولا مرة كان بدي أعمل collaborations لأنه لازم أعمل collaborations لأنه that's what people do and that's how you get exposure. إنه I really wanted to do my own thing. I wasn't there yet, like mentally, like, you know, and I needed to find like my fingerprint sonically or how like I presented myself. فناو هيك حس حالي I'm at a point إنه I'm really comfortable with what I'm doing and I'm really comfortable with my team and like how we're doing things, and we've had a lot of experience by now, so it's like it's becoming quicker and quicker for me to do things and slicker and faster and better, and I'm enjoying that process, and I'm enjoying like bringing other people into this process. That's been like my favorite thing about him coming here is like صار لي إنه ما بعرف صار لي شي 10 سنين عم بشتغل إنه أو عم بشتغل على productions أو على الميوزك، بس إنه ولا مرة قدرت دايما I used to dream about like how can I have this feeling، وكتير كنت استصعب إنه to open up to other people. I had to open up to a lot of artists and be like let's talk, like do you want to be
after a very long time
after a very long time
خلصنا من هيدا القصة. I believe إنه I'm ready to do this right now.
I'm at a really good place to give a lot of people a lot of stuff and like to receive. I'm at a good place.
على سيرة إنه collaborations وقلتي إنه مش بس do collaborations for the sake of doing a collaboration.
100%.
For you too collaboration هلا هي للمستمع إلها نفع إنه ممكن أنتوا 2 artists كل واحد من سين أنت عم بيتعرفوا عليك ناس مش من السين تبعك وأنت عم بيتعرفوا عليك ناس مش من السين تبعك. This is one thing. The other thing هو إنه أنتوا 2 عم تشتغلوا مع بعض، كل واحد بيشتغل بطريقته، الإكسبيرينس اللي بتاخدوها من الكولابوريشن أو قد إيه عم تستفيدوا منها actually إنه you're actually looking at something يمكن أنت ما بتشتغل هاي الشغلة بهاي الطريقة، بس when you're working with him بتقولي إنه it opened up إنه in my head إنه why can't I do this the same way مثلا أو whatever. for you أي هو الشيء الأهم بالcollaboration، the experience أو the exposure for both of you.
You want to go?
Sure.
Hey, go ahead.
Honestly, I always feel like it's an experience. Yeah, hands down. Because there's always going to be something to learn. Because if there's someone I'm reaching out to, or there's someone that reached out to me who I want to work with as well, I like what they're doing, فأكيد there is something I can learn from them. Yani there is no, you need to be blind to not see it, basically. I guess it's basically the same as like saying اللي هو are you gonna teach me how to fish or give me a fish, basically? Because the exposure is just, it's only gonna live for a very short time. And it doesn't give me any type of even respect, because it's just like I'm riding someone else's wave, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
But if it's, yeah, I appreciate مثلا what happened with Blue, because I felt like a lot of it was like behind the scenes more than we were talking about مثلا working on a track together. Like when we actually did the track together, it happened very naturally. It wasn't like she was reaching out to the, oh yeah, I want you on the track, or something like that. Basically, yani, that did happen. Still, but saying that.
Wait, no, let's. So, actually what happened was إنه كنا عم نحكي على track يعني، وقد ما كنا نحكي كتير نحكي أنا وياك actually. We spent a while talking. خلص things would come up إنه what are you doing, I'm doing this, send it to me, I'll listen to it إنه with fresh ears, and like we give each other feedback and stuff. And he sent me the song إنه I'm releasing this next week, basically. He was saying he's like إنه let me know what you think. Okay, it's like, it's super cool, like maybe I'll send you back vocals. We were tripping about something and mixing and how to mix back vocals and whatever, so I was like, if you want I can send you vocals. And he's like, sure, if you want, send me like your back vocals. And like, you know, next thing you know, he's on the plane. So it's like it happened really fast. بس إنه that only could have happened لأنه قضينا كتير وقت عم نحكي وعم نتعرف على بعضنا. What I love about إنه him is إنه he's one of the only people I can geek out with when it comes to the production. إنه ما عندي a lot of producer friends, so it's like, and we talk about kicks, we talk about reverbs, like you were saying, what do you learn from each other, or إنه if the experience is important. And it's so important. You grow so much faster when you're working with someone else. Like, you invest a certain like a huge amount of hours in your work production أو اللي كان, and كمان the other person does that, and it's like you get to get years of experience from someone, like by just telling me that he can, you know, sync his iCloud on his desktop or whatever. Like that's gonna make my life easier, bro, you know. Or like Fresh Air, the plugin for vocals, like it's just things you wouldn't probably understand what I'm saying, but no, I'm so happy to have a friend that can tell me these things.
طب هلا هيك briefly, what should the people expect من مشوار الضبع هلا لهون وأيمتى؟ إنه what are you guys doing? When is it getting released مثلا؟
When is it getting released?
لا ما بعرف, بس إنه it's your this collaboration we're starting هيك on his it's a feature. إنه I'm featured on his song, so it's like إنه.
But she's basically doing everything.
لا.
I'm just coming on like.
You're a feature on your own song.
Yeah.
I'm directing the vision.
Yeah.
I'm directing the vision of the song. بس it's a great song.
We're shooting.
في عنا تراك
شو اسمها؟ طب قول شو اسمها الغنية. ما أنا.
نازدك.
اللي ما بيعرف شو يعني نازدك يفوت يشوف جوجل.
أنت بتعرف شو نازدك؟
هلا أنت قلتي لي بس هعمل حالي ما بعرف.
أوكي بس أنت كنت عارف أنا.
لا ما أنا فتت على جوجل مثل ما هن حيعملوا. لأنه.
وشو لقيت شو في على جوجل شو؟
نسيت صراحة بس something trading ومصاري هيك اشياء.
trading ومصاري.
basically يعني انت.
exactly trading ومصاري.
انه خلص مصاري يعني.
ايه دولارات
ان شاء الله. على فكرة.
fresh. ايه.
Blue you released a track من فترة قصيرة بيروت. كريم you released ملاهي من فترة قصيرة. شباب فوتوا stream everything. بيروت خلينا نبلش نحكي عن بيروت. قبل بيروت كان في عنا سنة الآو، كانت مثل إذا بدك ردة فعل أو فشة خلق لكل شيء صار وعم بيصير لحد هلأ بعده، بس إنه وقت طلعت مثل هيك out of يعني مثل كأنه واحد كان معصب وراح عيط بأوضة وسجلهم ونزلهم تراك بهذا المنطقة مثل فشة خلق. تراك بيروت مثل كأنه عم تحكي عن بيروت بس مش بالطريقة اللي كل العالم عم تحكي عنها، مش بالاشياء اللي عم نشوفها كل يوم. يمكن your vision لبيروت ولأهل بيروت إنه مثلا شرب العرق لا بالورق، إنه الناس ملتهية بهاي الأشياء وعم تنسوا بيروت شو عم بيصير فيها. هيدا الشيء مزبوط او انت how do you see
لا
the track؟
100% الايديا كانت اول شيء انا ما كتبت الليركس، هي كانت تريبيوت لياسمين حمدان، وهو يعني it was for Women's Day with Deezer. so انه ال choice of song بالنسبة لي كان كتير مهم لانه حبيت كيف كان كتير صعب لاقي اغاني كتير بيحكوا عن بيروت بالطريقة الكومبلكس اللي هي، لأنه it's not simple. إنه
how you think.
وكيف نحنا منحس على بيروت as Lebanese or specifically people that have lived in Beirut like me, it's very complex emotions. يعني ما في اجي اقول لك انه انا بدي اكون حزينة وغني عن هيدا الشيء او بدي اكون بس معصبة، يعني في كتير roller coasters I felt that in سنة القاو كتير this ups and downs. بس انه ببيروت it was more like haunting, you know, because I feel like this is how Beirut feels كتير haunted هلا. بس I didn't write the lyrics, but they are beautiful lyrics. But it was the production, حتى the way that I approached it was this complex, because some parts you feel like maybe you almost want to dance, and some parts you're almost like want to cry, and that was my goal. And when I first went into it, my goal was I don't want to do something just sad with like a piano and singing. Like I didn't feel comfortable doing that. It felt so unfair. And I think I'm proud of how I achieved this complexity in the production. And Kareem mixed and mastered it, which was amazing. I loved working with him on that.
حتى قبل ما يجي كريم collaboration شغال
يعني. بلشنا شغل دغري. When I started talking to you, ماشي like a few days later we started working on things.
That is very true.
وفي هلا تراك ملاهي أنا سمعت كتير آخر كم يوم، ما رح كذب.
ملاهي بتعقد، لا عن جد ما عم بمزح، إذا ما سمعتوها ضروري تسمعوها.
هلا مش أول غنية لك بسمعها وبلاقي في مثل حوار بينك وبين، يعني you like عم تحاور أنثى بلسانك وبلسانها، like عم تحكي وعم بتجاوب حالك من two different people. هيدي الأشياء هي experience صاير معك عم بتحطه على الورقة وتعمله على التراك، ولا هي مثل انه عم تخترع سيناريو that a lot of people can connect with وعم بتحطه بتراك؟
No, I'm not that creative. Things that happen.
انه with you
يعني طبعا it's not the way I sing it is not necessarily بالضبط زي ما حصلت.
أكيد.
But it's my perception of it. أو sometimes مثلا I can write a track where it's as if parts of it like I'm trying to vent, for example. Like I know I'm being irrational. I know this isn't right. This is what I felt still.
Okay.
Basically.
في ملاهي فينا نشوف هيك شيء حتى لما تضلم بعتقد same thing تقريبا.
تعالي على مالك تعالي على طول.
مش بدي أقول.
Stream it everywhere and on YouTube.
هلا أنت صار لك 2 years عم بتنزل like actual music produced by you، أنت عم بتغنيها وكذا. كان في إذا حدا بيلاحظ your tracks أرقام متقاربة لحد ما نزلت تراك off and it basically like bounced إنه كنت بمطرح عم بحكي كأرقام، مش عم بحكي التراك بحد ذاتها. كنت مثلا هون فجأة نزلت اوف ضربت هون. صار شيء بوقتها بالسين او معك او شيء او هي بحد ذاتها بتحس انت انه التراك هي اللي عن جد ضربت وجابت هيدا الارقام، ولا what are the factors اللي خلوا هيدا الجامب يصير بالميوزك؟
I think يعني أظن جزء كبير قوي was a consistency I had at the time that I was actually releasing a lot of music. وبرضو off was my first music video. يعني I had spent a year اللي هو بعمل مزيكا I'm building up a fan base. They kept like in my DMs they're always telling me we want to see you in a music video and all that. Because I feel that يعني من اللي فهمته إنه they feel closer when it's a music video as opposed to just having me in their ear مثلا. I think that's why Uff had a very big impact. Yeah, I really like the song honestly, بس
أنا كمان I like.
بس thank you. بس I think the majority of the impact came from the fact that it was just a music video, that it had the visual.
تعال نحكي عن موضوع الميوزك فيديو.
لا بس عن جد الغنية حلوة. like
اوكي
بس it makes a difference يعني. Yeah, as soon as a song has a music video, it just gets so many more plays, even if it's not a good song.
ايه انه marketing I guess. yeah.
هلا بس as an experience لما عم تسمع تراك, would you rather listen to the audio or would you rather listen to the track مع الميوزك فيديو انت as a listener؟
ما it comes differently كل مرة. يعني اوقات when something comes out يعني مثلا غابة انه it dropped with the music video and it was very important for it to drop with the music video, and sometimes I discover songs بيكونوا على مثلا انغامي او شيء انه ما في فيديو, وبعدين بعد شي 6 أشهر برجع بفوت بشوف على يوتيوب انه في فيديو, و sometimes كتير بزعل لانه كتير انه الشيء اللي انا كنت شايفته بيكون احلى, واوقات كتير بحبها بصير اكتر للغنية. فانه
بس انه as an experience بتفضلي انه لو كان بصح لك تسمع التراك اول شيء for the first time مع فيديو أو بس audio, what would you prefer؟ أنت إنه شو بتحسي is a better experience for you as a listener؟
I think the artists should just do whatever the fuck they want, you know, like I don't know. If you want to put out a song with a music video, then you should, you know, and if you can't right now or the video is not so good or whatever, then that's what you have. Like, you know, people will deal with it. Like, I don't think there should be a rule of how to consume music
it's just a question.
I know, but that's how I feel about it, and truly.
What do you think?
بس keep in mind, sorry, إنه أنا I'm a very visual person. إنه أكيد إنه أنا if it was up to me, I don't think I've ever released a song without a video أصلاً.
أنا عم بسألك أنت.
ما بقدر. It feels incomplete. I have maybe like demos on SoundCloud وهيك, بس إنه as singles or songs that I feel like strongly about and I feel like they have potential, كتير صعب أقبل إنه to just put them out without visuals, لأنه for me I can make you see it. يعني even if you maybe don't get it right away in the music, if I show you the video you will hear the music in a certain way, but that's because أنا كتير visually إنه I'm very invested visually.
أنا عشان هيك سألت إنه as a listener عشان I know إنه أنت قد إيه you focus يعني you put a lot of work into the video clips عشان يطلع شيء مثل ما أنت بدك. بس I asked it إنه as a listener عشان جرب إنه ما أخذك لهونيك, بس أنت رحت سألت عليك بس أنت ما
set me up and you know it. But sorry I cut you off. You were saying.
What would you prefer? Would you prefer to listen to the audio or to the?
As a listener, honestly, if I'm listening to the audio, bus, I have a better idea of whether I like it or not.
هي أوقات بتحس الفيديو كليب بغشك إنه الفيديو كليب حلو فعجبتني التراك, بس هي مش حلوة.
بالضبط ساعات بحس كده وساعات بحس العكس, ساعات بحس الأغنية عجباني بس الفيديو مش عايز أفضل يعني بضايقني. بس أنا ما بيحصليش بقى زيك قوي because you're a lot more visual. يعني بالنسبة لي I'll just close the video and listen to the song.
If the video is bad, like if the video is bad, أكيد like there are songs that I like that even when I play them on YouTube I don't put إنه بطفي screen يعني بس إنه so بفهم. بس if it has a cool video هيك it makes me feel like إنه the artist is إنه at least knows what they want to say a little bit, or at least it gives me a glimpse of who they are, because audio is very like عن جد that's what I meant by it being a personal choice. إنه إذا أنت you don't want to be putting out videos and that's your business, like you can totally pull it off if that's what you want. بس أنا it always helps me get a sense of who the artist is, بصدقه أو ما بصدقه, you know, sometimes like إنه you know, or musically or lyrically, ma, that's the thing. Or you know, if they say something like بصير إنه خلاص ما بصدقه, بس إنه in the video sometimes I get sold. I'm like, wow, he's totally like خلاص صدقتك إنه.
There's this thing كمان كتير يعني أنا بهيدي الفترة الست أشهر اللي أنا بلشت فيها التقيت بكتير رابرز كنت أسمع لهم بس ما أعرفهم, وأحضرهم على فيديو كليبس وأحضرهم بباتلز وكذا بس ما أعرفهم. البيرسونا اللي بتنحط قدام السكرين على السكرين وأنت بتشوفها بكتير أوقات بتكون way different than the actual person. ما بعرف إذا actually هو يعني the artist بيحاول أو بتحاول تحط persona قدام السكرين لا يشوفها المستمع أو just هيك بتطلع لحالها. يعني أنا استغربت من الموضوع لأنه أنا ما بعمل هيك. يعني أنا يعني بحاول قد ما فيه تكون right off the bat يعني
Yeah.
عفوي قد ما كان الشيء لجرب إنه ما يكون مبين شيء مصطنع. بس this persona thing, can you relate to what I'm saying إنه like actually rappers يكونوا بالميوزك فيديو شيء وبالحياة طلع فيه إنه هو مش شاب كيوت.
مش أنا هيك قلت له إنه أنا بالميوزك فيديو شيء وبالحياة شيء تاني قلت له هيك لإله كمان.
no.
لا قلت لا هو إنه لا إيه أوكي.
قلت هو مثل ما شفته بالميوزك فيديو.
أنا I'm nicer قلت
أنا كمان أنا شو عملت أنا حكيت أنا هاي ثاني مرة بحكي عن الشغلة بعيد عشان ما يشوفوا عنا بترجع أي شيء comes back. I'm trying to make it easier for you بس خلص.
لا you know what it is. It's fine. It's all love.
إيه بالmusic videos you don't even smile ولا لا.
Like look at listen now I have a grill. I'm pretty sure I'll be smiling in Nasdaq a lot. We're halfway shoot. Actually it's very nice to mention إنه هلا we're halfway through shooting or we started shooting and we already did a few shots بس إنه 80% is not shot yet and by the time this comes out
it will be done probably.
It will be done.
Basically.
مش probably.
أكيد مش probably.
Just giving you some wiggle.
خلاص I'm gonna wait. Take your time. بس بدك. What would you take من الإيجيبشن scene؟ تحطيها ولا ما بتعملي هالشيء؟
What would I take؟
من الإيجيبشن scene.
شو قصدك؟
إنه like basically في فرق كتير كبير يعني بكتير اشياء مش ضروري احكي numbers بس انه how the artists function هونيك وكيف اذا بدك الماركت هونيك شو بتاخدي من ايجيبت لهون بتاخدي
100 مليون.
That's the first thing.
أنا قلت غير الأرقام is something you cannot change. أوكي عندك fan base كبير شو بتعمل؟
لا بس you know what it is.
population us of the country.
the population ما هي اللي بتخليك.
إيه بس the thing that's like crazy about Egypt إنه أنا أول شيء وقتها فتت على إنه بلشت كتير أسمع ال Arabic hip hop that's coming from Egypt specifically. ما كتير كنت أفهم إنه the market is so big there and it's like a big and I just was finding myself very very attracted to the sound and very like I felt like no yes thank you and no that was the feeling and no I remember and it was the same week that Saadallah AKA came out that I was like just starting to become obsessed with like my playlist and like you know English completely left my playlist كتير هيدا الشيء صار بسرعة و in a very intense way لأنه I relate to the sound so much like I totally get it and كان صار لي فترة you know sometimes it just feels like إنه it felt like okay yes okay let's go you know that's what it made me feel and there's a drive and then I discovered the audience and like not just the population but know how intense they are and their love for hip hop يعني whether it has problematic aspects or not إنه there is a very interesting conversation that happens between إنه الارتست والجمهور يعني بمصر بغير طريقة so far at least different من لبنان لأنه نحنا we don't have this يعني our scene is so small our audience is so small our it's a completely different يعني إنه Lebanon is 5-6 million people Egypt is 100 million people that like to just put it in context but it's also about the type of conversation that's happening مش بس إنه they have a big audience لا إنه I really love the sound and I really love the dynamic of things and I feel like it's the beginning of a very long and eventful era of Arabic hip hop and especially هلا because I'm in touch with a lot of artists and I know that everyone's working on music يعني everyone's working on a lot of music and it's so exciting as a fan to know إنه حنكسر الدنيا هالسنة وإذا مش هالسنة سنة الجاية يعني خلص it's inevitable the Egyptian scene kind of just made me feel إنه I can exist in my region. I'm understood. ما ضروري بس هاجر وسيف لا خلص we got it and I feel represented in some way musically.
على سيرة السين المصري أنت عملت نجاحات مش بس إنه اشتغلت مع مروان موسى at the same time عملت نجاحات مع أبو الأنوار ومع للبابا وهلا let's mention the elephant in the room إنه بالسين المصري اللي كله نازل خبيط ببعضه وناس رايحة وناس جاي و everyone wants a piece of the cake يعني بالسين المصري.
It's a big cake Bando.
It's a very big cake. أنا بدي بس باسم تركب معهم بيخلوني أخذ. انت ك upcoming artist عملت شغل حلو مع هيدا وعملت شغل حلو مع هيدا، شو بتعمل هلا؟ like هو فايتين ببعض. how do you function؟ انت كيف تاخد موقفك انت؟ اوكي انت
I'm
هلا
definitely taking sides if that's the question.
you're taking sides.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
Exclusively on Bandocast.
But يعني
you're taking sides for what reason؟ يعني كمعرفة شخصية ولا كالسكسس اللي عملتوه سوا ولا 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 reason تبع البيف الأساسي؟
I think it's a lot of things. يعني أظن هي حاجات كتير فعلا. بس حسيت اللي هو being neutral isn't the right thing to do.
I agree.
I guess.
صراحة أنا بحكي هلأ رح خبرك إنه لما يصير هيك شيء أنت upcoming artist بيقوم بيجي عندك بالسين ال Godfathers اللي هن عندهم millions of views و plays every day كله نازل ببعضه، بيقوم بعد إنه فوق إنه هن عم يعملوا diss tracks بيقوم شو بيصير؟ بيرجع مروان بابلو. لا مش بس هيك، بيرجع ليجاسي وبيصير هيدا بده ينكش بهيدا عشان كله يفوت بالبيف. وانت انه بالنسبه لك هيدا ممكن يكون شيء منيح انه اوكي like the standards now are really high for this would push me انه to do even better things. او at the same time ممكن تحس شغله كتير بشعه انه I'm left out of this، انه ليك هو شو عم يعملوا بعض، انه انا العالم هلا يعني يمكن العالم more interested in this عن انه تسمع music مني. how do you look at this؟ انه
like we were saying, like Blu was saying, the cake keeps getting bigger.
والهانة bro والهانة it's good for everyone, it's good for everyone. معلش
if they reached لو هم عرفوا يوصلوا للنجاح ده معناه ان الباب ده مفتوح لأي حد تاني who's gonna put in the work. من الآخر.
Exactly.
It doesn't mean in here it's just for them أو إن هو they're gonna overshadow. They will overshadow me. It's maybe for a year, maybe for 2, but it's not forever.
الضبع is coming for you. البيف you think إنه it's actually a real beef ولا it's just to make more numbers?
No, I think it's very real.
You think it's real?
Yeah.
شو رأيكم بالبيف اللي why not just make a beef get a bunch of views وبعدين خلاص خلصنا وكل واحد يروح على شغل؟
Why not?
Because I feel like the beefs that people really care about اللي هو بيبقى when something's bubbling for a while and you know like something's happening but it's behind the scenes. And it just basically cracks wide open in front of you.
Let's rewind ونرجع لهون. Let's walk them through شو صار، كيف وصلنا إنه كريم كان رح يموت بأول يوم له بلبنان. بس من الأول إنه شو كان عم بيصير.
مزبوط maybe يمكن
ما قلت عايزة تحط backing vocals.
هلا مرقنا بالباكينج vocals. هلا بدنا نحكي هون شو كان عم بيصير.
إيه we were shooting وكنا عم نعمل سين على روفتوب كتير عالي يعني بعتقد 13 أو أكتر. هي she lived on the 13th بس إنه كتير عالية البناية basically.
مصر إنه هو ما بده يموت.
إيه وهو مصر إنه إذا بيوقع عادي بيوقع، بس مش لأنه إذا بيوقع عن جد ما فإنه I saw him fall إنه خلص الريفلكس أصلاً إنه هو هون هيك I feel like إنه كل ما عم نعمل تيك أنا بكون عم بمشي وراه، بيكون هو مثلا you know إنه he's rapping his verse و suddenly you find me أنا crossing behind him هيك always like plotting behind him عرفت. فإنه I'm glad I was there for that moment because I had this energy about me that like I got his back. I saw him because he was going like this and suddenly he went like this and I saw him and I fucking grabbed him. And I took him and I hugged him and I was like no. It was so scary but I'm so glad الحمد لله ما صار شيء، ما حدا صار له شيء و we have great takes أصلاً. And it gave us a bit of energy and it gave us some oomph.
هلا what do you have coming tomorrow اللي بعده؟ شو كمان في dangerous places رح تكونوا فيها وممكن يكون في حدا in danger؟
إنه how do you feel about driving a snowmobile?
إنه ما زبطت اليوم يمكن تزبط بكرة.
I don't know, maybe in the it should be safe stuff إنه
At least keep the very dangerous stuff till the very end. So
عشان
if
يكون في
anything happened
content.
يبقى في content. بس عشان نعرف ننزل أي حاجة بس. أي حاجة.
And the loving memory of Kareem Eldab3.
لا guys دقوا على الخشب كيف يعني؟
عن جد يبليف ندقوا على الخشب.
ما بعرف بس إنه لا ما يصير له شيء، خصوصا إنه عرفت إنه أكيد إنه لا ما ضروري يصير هيك. في كتير projects بعد في شغل
بعدين
في بعد
هفضل عايش.
ايه لا don't you agree come on it's gonna be a crazy year ما فينا نموت هلا.
لا
we made it this far.
Yeah.
فينا نشوف العكس عم بصير. فينا نشوف maybe later this year بلو واقف على هرم خوفو مثلا فوق وعم كريم يتقاطع.
ضروري اكيد I'm definitely going to Egypt. يعني ما حتى يعني مش سؤال او حتى انه بفكر فيه انه خلص it's ضروري انه to experience it. وهلا انه عرفت في كريم رحنا صار عندي excuse انه بدك تعمل ميكسينج لغنية انا بجي بنشتغل هون. ليه بدنا نعمل فيس تايم خلص صرنا قريبين انه ايه انه because you know the more you come and go the easier I feel or the easier the trip would seem. انه بحس انه now you would come back هلا let's see how the shooting ends.
But yeah, definitely. Basically.
I am hoping this is not the last time you come.
I don't think it will be.
hopefully.
Depends if I find out that you're too intense or something.
I'm not. Yes, no, but it's fine if I'm intense. It's fine. We use me for we use my intensity. Abuse my intensity. عن جد بالعكس بنبسط. ما في budget for life.
ما في budget for life. كل شيء عم تشوفوه هلا DIY. انتوا اثنيناتكم producers. You produce your own tracks. You sing. You do everything on your own. هلا أنا صدفة جبت معي كندريك وجبت معي جي كول اليوم. Two of the greatest artists of all time. One of them actually produces his own music. نجح. One of them he has producers كمان نجح. How do you think إنه is this a better thing بمطرح من المطارح إنه you're doing your own music? How do you think إنه معقول تكون negative إنه I'm doing everything alone يعني at some point يمكن صار هذا الشيء معك أنت بالفترة اللي قلتي I was developing myself. في حكيتي بالأول إنه صرت مثل بقلب كوكون إنه كل شيء عم بعمله لحالي. Do you prefer تشتغل على تراك لحالك هلا أو إنه do you go Kendrick ولا go J Cole؟
لا كل شيء بوقته يعني أنا هلا I feel like إنه I'm so happy to be producing music for myself that I love and إنه كمان to be producing for other artists this year إنه has been such a ride عن جد. بس إنه ما كل شيء بوقته عن جد. يمكن يجي نهار إنه I'd be إنه maybe I'll call him up be like send me a beat I don't feel like making a beat إنه it's fine you know or بس إنه هلا أنا بعز البيك تبعي بالproduction إنه creatively it's really flowing so I'm just gonna squeeze it out as much as I can. فإنه كل شيء بوقته بالنسبة لي. What do you think?
I think what you're saying makes a lot of sense. هو فعلا كل شيء بوقته يعني اللي هو yeah I'm thinking مثلا long term إن أنا I would most probably like to have a producer that I'm working with and a mix engineer that I'm working with.
Okay.
I found my mix engineer.
مع إنه أنت you can do all that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I can definitely do more if I have more people with me. My issue بس دلوقتي is like with finding a producer اللي هو I just realized مثلا for example when I download a beat off of YouTube just to like rap over just if I want to write but I'm not in the mood to make a beat, I realized that a huge part of my musical identity comes from the beat and not just from what I'm singing. Yeah. I feel like I lose my unique edge kind of when I'm singing over someone else's beat.
Okay.
Basically currently. But I'm thinking long term يعني I would need to get to know a producer really well and we need to be working a lot so we both understand each other basically, so we can be doing something. Yeah, because برضو I can't be expecting a producer to come and be like, oh, this is how I make beats, this is how you're gonna make beats.
Okay.
يعني they need to understand how I, يعني مش حتى how I do بس what I sound like sonically, but I need to also like really like what they do generally creatively on their own, because I know that's added برضو to the beat at the end of the day.
Exactly.
مش I feel like if for example I'm working on an album, I would much rather have a producer and a mix engineer, because also the stamina. يعني sometimes honestly when I'm mixing tracks I feel like I want to do a lot more, but I'm just done. I'm done. I've done everything and I'm tired. خلاص, I just want to release this.
You don't have the intensity that some people in this room might have.
Oh no.
يا الله يعني انت
Or the organization.
Or the organization.
No, you need to see my drawers.
طبعا جد you all make fun of me بس you
We're not
all
making
love
fun.
it
بالعكس.
and you all benefit from
نحن
it.
عم نحكيها بطريقة كتير حلوة عن جد. إنه he's saying something عم بيحكيها بطريقة كتير negative. لأنه ما عندك الانتنسيتي اللي.
إنه بالنسبة لإلي one of my إنه هلا I'm so excited to be doing a track with you for sure إنه دايما. بس I'm more excited about this one specifically لأنه it's gonna be the first. And remember we were saying this would be the first Lebanese Egyptian Arabic hip hop collaboration in a sense, and it hasn't really been done that way. And I feel like always when you unlock something, there's so much that's gonna come from that, and so much from other people. لأنه I know هلا نحن حننزل شيء وبتنطر شوي وفي كتير عالم غيرنا حيرجعوا ينزلوا شيء لأنه نحن نزلنا هيدا الشيء. It's always you're always inspiring other people or pushing other people. مثل ما أنا I've been inspired by you, by a lot of people in the scene. So بالنسبة لإلي هذا الشيء it's so exciting to be like one of the first doing it and exploring it, and it's giving me so much drive. I'm finally excited. It's good. We've been living in a fucked up world شوي in the past couple of years, especially in Lebanon. It's like it's really exciting to think إنه يمكن فينا نبني مثل like a bridge or like a between here and in Egypt. Yeah, but collaborations in all sense. يعني نحنا Nasdaq is the first of many collaboration, but it's also the first time I direct for Kareem. And it's the first time I direct for a rapper.
Okay.
Actually, so it's like for me the collaboration, maybe because I'm a bit multimedia, but for me collaborations is can be so diverse, and it's very exciting. I feel like I have so many ideas and I want to do so many things with different people, and it's not just music, it's also about helping each other out and being like, oh, you need this, let me help you with this. Oh, you need this, I can help you with this. Like he gives me a lot of tips about like mixing and certain things about production. And I do the same when it comes to things like visuals and what I see and stuff. And sometimes he goes, okay, Blue, like he trusts, like he goes like, yeah, okay, like you do, خلاص, you take care of it. Like so I feel like it's interesting because I feel like I'm learning so much يعني من هذا البروسس عن جد in a short period of time بحس I already leveled up in a sense. And also ticking certain boxes, خلاص it makes you feel like why not. يعني وقت حكيته قلت له ليه ما بتجي منصورها لهذا الفيتشر المفروض back vocals. فكنت عم بقول له عن جد think about it ما عم بلاقي ليه لا ما عم بلاقي سبب ليه ما عم تجي. وهو he's like why not. And then we would Google we looked for everything, we researched, and we're like okay, so we should just do it. It's very, what a time to be alive in the Arabic hip hop scene.
صراحة for me أنا I don't know a lot of اللي عم بيصير أو a lot of details بينك وبين كريم, بس I think صح يمكن أول مرة أنت بتشتغل مع حدا برا مصر.
ده حقيقي.
كمان نفس الشيء من حدا من برا هيدا حدا من السين المصري أول مرة بتشتغل.
لا أول مرة.
Okay, بس there's this sort of chemistry في مثل كأنه انتو you complement each other يعني يمكن البارت اللي انت بتطلع انه بتقول واو she's so intense بس maybe you need this عن جد in order to push yourself انه انت بتقول عن مزح بس actually this is something that can help you do better at the same time you two together I think you're a great team فصح هلا مبلشة بسفرة 3 أيام وبفيديو كليب بس I think this can be the start of something can be the start of something big و a lot of things to come بعدين لأنه عن جد from what I can see صار لي كم ساعة قاعد معكم والأشياء اللي سمعتها بس عن جد it looks like إنه في a lot of chemistry between the two of you I hope نسمع أشياء عن جد
يلا بينا
بس بدي أعمل عليهم reactions بتقلون ل The Basement بتعرفي طلعوا كمان
شو هو؟
كمان the guys that give me the copyright claims دايما كمان they manage his YouTube
I know
فإنه أنا يعني تخيل هلا يعملوا copyright عشان هو عندي إذا بغني في غني غنيتك Blue thank you so much على الاستضافة الحلوة و thank you for being on Bandocast كريم thank you so much إن شاء الله بعد you come back to Lebanon أو نحن بنروح على مصر ونعمل بعد إشياء مع بعض more collaborations and more work إذا عجبكم هذا الفيديو please like subscribe و show some love بالcomments follow the three of us Instagram و Twitter موجودين بالدescription كان معكم باندو
Blue
الضبع
peace out